Suppose, monks, a man loved a woman with his mind bound to her by intense desire and passion. He might see that woman standing with another man, chatting, joking and laughing. What do you think, monks? Would not sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair arise in that man when he sees that woman standing with another man, chatting, joking and laughing? Yes, venerable sir. Why is that? Because that man loves that woman with his mind bound to her by intense desire and passion. That is why sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair would arise in him when he sees her standing with another man, chatting, joking and laughing. Then, monks, the man might think, I love this woman with my mind bound to her by intense desire and passion. Thus sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair arise in me when I see her standing with another man, chatting, joking and laughing. What if I were to abandon my desire and lust for that woman? He would abandon his desire and lust for that woman. On a later occasion, he might see that woman standing with another man, chatting, joking and laughing. What do you think, monks? Would sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair arise in that man when he sees that woman standing with another man, laughing and joking, etc.? No, venerable sir. Why is that? Because that man no longer loves that woman. That is why sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair do not arise in him when he sees that woman standing with another man, etc. So too, monks, when a monk is not overwhelmed by suffering and does not overwhelm himself with suffering, and he does not give up the pleasure that accords with Dhamma, yet he is not infatuated with that pleasure. He knows thus, when I strive with determination, this particular source of suffering fades away in me because of that determined striving, etc., etc. Thus the suffering is exhausted in him. Thus, monks, the exertion is fruitful, the striving is fruitful. Stop here for a moment. So the earlier part, the Buddha says, a monk is not overwhelmed by suffering and does not overwhelm himself with suffering. If he understands the Dhamma, when suffering comes, he doesn't allow himself to be overwhelmed by that suffering. And also, he does not overwhelm himself, make himself, torture himself with suffering. And he does not give up the pleasure that accords with Dhamma. This pleasure that accords with Dhamma probably is the pleasure and bliss from meditation, from deep meditation, jhanic bliss. Yet he is not infatuated with that pleasure. So this example given by the Buddha is quite a striking example. A lot of young people, when they are very attached to their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and they see their boyfriend or girlfriend laughing and joking with another man or woman, then they get totally upset. They cannot accept it because of attachment. This very common example. And if that person is wise, then he gives up the attachment.